15 of the Midwest Donut Review. I'm Dave Leggett in St. Louis, Missouri. That is my son, Eric Leggett, in Sacramento, California. And we are doing the heavy lifting for you fine folks. Today, 3 more donuts, and we're fighting the good fight. Eric, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. A little chilly this morning, but you're not going to find me complaining.
Chilly in California.
Yep.
Is this going to be a 3-day trend and then you're back to 90?
I mean, if I were a betting man, I'd say yes. But in my heart of hearts, I'm going to say no, because that is what I wish to be true.
Okay. All right, so here's the very first question I have for you. So Friday morning, we get up early, we go out and we buy our donuts and prep for the show. Yesterday was Halloween, and the day after Halloween, all Halloween candy, 50% off. Did you make the Halloween candy stop before or after you picked up donuts this morning?
I didn't make it at all. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I forgot yesterday was Halloween.
What a sheltered life you live. So clearly nobody's knocking on your door for trick-or-treating.
No. And if they did, they would just be disappointed. Because I have candy here, but it's not to give out. Absolutely not.
Well, we live on a street with 33 homes. There were 7 homes with lights on last night.
That's fucking pitiful.
Candy.
That's disgusting.
It's I just don't know what's going on, man.
We need to bring back vandalization?
No.
Vandalizing stuff?
No.
Look, man.
We don't need to bring it. You mean like TP and
egg the house?
Yeah.
I remember like if you don't give out candy or you give out some like dumb shit that's not candy. Like I saw somewhere someone around here was giving out like seeds, plant seeds instead of candy. No. You need to get your house egged for that shit.
Yeah. Wow.
So
or toothbrushes.
We need to bring back
fruit.
TPing and egging the houses for houses that don't fuck with Halloween, because that's ridiculous. I hate that.
Well, we had somewhere around 250 to 280 mini candy bars that we gave out last night, and we ended the night with about 8 or 10, I guess, because we munched on a couple while we were out there. The vast majority of kids, I would say, were 8 and under. We didn't have too many kids who were like, "Hey, you're too old to be trick-or-treating." Maybe none, as a matter of fact.
I may be biased because I'm not I'm not super young enough to trick-or-treat, but I'm definitely too old to trick-or-treat. But I think...
Yeah, just barely.
I think if you have kids aged 15 to 18 trick-or-treating, I think that's fine. And I think it's good. Because if they're not trick-or-treating, what else would they be doing? At a party, probably doing shit they're not supposed to be doing. I think it's someone still clinging on to some good childhood stuff. And I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't have had any issue with anybody dressing up to stop by last night. So it was just a little disappointing of, holding on to what Halloween has always been, used to be, rose-colored glasses, all of that. But
what was your ratio of costumes that you understood what they were to what to not, like that you got the reference?
85 to 90% easily I got the reference.
Really?
Yeah, there were quite a few clowns. Oh my goodness gracious. That Calvin tried to just snatch your donut. I'm right here. No, we had, as a matter of fact, I dressed up as a dinosaur, as one of those 8-foot-tall inflatable dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And there were quite a few dinosaur costumes out last night. I thought that was really cool. Lots of princesses. We had a Scooby-Doo.
Very nice.
And of course, we had our puppy dressed up as a teddy bear, and she was not digging the doggy coming at her. Scooby-Doo reaching out for her. She was on really good behavior for the most part of trick-or-treating, but no, a lot of the costumes. I think our favorite of the night was the chicken nugget in a dipping sauce. Was their bucket of candy.
That's incredible. Nicely done.
It was our favorite of the night for sure. So I'm a little surprised. Maybe after the show, you can go out and grab a couple bags of the 50% off Halloween candy.
Yeah.
All right. So as we always do on this show, try to buy the same 3 donuts. Success today, I will tell you right at the top. Glazed donut, because you have to be able to do a glazed donut before you start farting around any other flavors or styles. And our other 2 today will be a maple iced glaze and an old fashioned. And as we start every show now, we do a donut news of the week. Eric, what wacky item do you have for us today?
I got nothing. I got fucking nothing.
There's no donut news in the world?
Look, finding donut news is not fun. I'm just going to say, I am slogging through some shit. Most of it is just Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts bullshit.
Okay.
And a lot of it bums me out. Because a lot of it is articles about donut shops closing.
Oh.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks, guys. Support your fucking local business, because I'm tired of reading articles every week about more shops around the U.S. closing.
Oh.
So yeah, man, there's nothing. And I'm not going to talk about the horny Dunkin' Donut spider. I'm not going to do it.
I don't know about it, and I think I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, if you don't know about it, I have to share it with you.
Ugh.
So every year for Halloween, Dunkin' Donut does this spider donut, where it's just like a regular donut, but they put a donut hole in the middle, and they give it little eyes, and then they frost like legs over the donut. So it looks like there's a spider on the donut. Stupid and dumb and overkill. Why would you eat a donut hole with a regular donut, like at the same time? Disgusting. And this one, Dunkin' Donuts has decided to make really horny. And I wish it didn't do that. There's like an Instagram post where...
Like a spider with wood?
Okay, it's not that explicit. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I didn't know.
The main Instagram post is the picture of the donut, and it says, "I've got the long legs. All I need is the daddy," and it has like 6 D's in it. That sucks. Hey guys, that fucking sucks.
That's creepy.
Dunkin' Donuts, you're awful.
Okay.
And culture is dead. Culture's dead. Goodbye, culture. We had a good run.
All right.
It's over now.
Let me revisit some things we talked about on previous shows. Not donut news of the week, but news nonetheless. Mm-hmm. This is to bring our fans who are waiting with bated breath. Why are Dave and Eric not talking about this more? The difference between Boston cream and a custard cream is as follows. The Bavarian cream, which is custard, is an egg-based cooked custard. They add gelatin and whipped cream is folded in. That is Bavarian cream. Boston cream is the same as Bavarian cream. However, instead of using gelatin as a thickening agent, they use cornstarch, and they do not use heavy cream. So that's the difference between Boston cream and a Bavarian cream / custard filling.
So the Bavarian cream is thicker?
It has whipped cream, so absolutely it would be, yes. And the fact that the Boston cream does not include heavy cream. Those are the two ingredient differences between Boston cream and Bavarian cream / custard-filled donuts. I have looked everywhere, and I cannot find the first mom and pop shop in America to fill donuts. Of course, there's a ton of stories about the two big chains and when they did it and why. When they've had enough time on our show today, we don't need to go into that.
Yeah.
But I did find this as an interesting note. In 1485,
Jesus.
in Nuremberg, Germany, there was a cookbook put out. The name of this item is called the Gefulte Krapfen, Krapfen. That was the first time that it was shown in written form of a stuffed fried dough cake.
Damn.
So in the late 1400s, somebody was making a donut-ish item and said, let's put some stuff in the middle.
We got to put some stuff in this.
So, 640 years ago,
they figured it out.
A donut. Yeah. So, congrats. It's kind of weird because we do stuffed donuts all the time, jelly and cream filled and that sort of thing. And today we have 3 with no cream filling at all. So, anyway, unrelated, but injecting cream, because they didn't say what was in the ones in Nuremberg in the 1400s. In the middle 1800s, a French chef whose name is Carême, Careme, injected cream into his donuts and pastries in the middle 1800s. So, not a mom and pop in America. Somebody had to do it for the first time here, and so that'll be my rabbit hole that I'll try to
So maybe
find.
It was just all the Europeans that liked sweet stuff that came over to America.
Yes.
So
somebody had to do it for the first time, and there's got to be somebody has posted that information. Somebody's proud of their family for doing that, and somebody's going to claim our family was the first.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here are my crazy donuts for the week. Not incredibly crazy. Donuts and sliders in New Orleans. The Monte Cristo donut sandwich.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm already in.
Smoked ham, Havarti, Dijon mustard, and then preserves and powdered sugar. That is a Monte Cristo with a donut instead.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's
brilliant.
incredible.
It's a great combination. In Las Vegas, at Pink Box Donuts, you can get a donut called Date with a Nutty Pig. As is Las Vegas, it's a little over the top. Maple icing, bacon, been done, dates, almonds, okay. Blue cheese, balsamic vinegar.
Why? What?
That makes it such a super salty vehicle.
That's so much stuff on a donut. That is so many things.
Yes. So I wonder how well you get a bite of each flavor as opposed to, oop, the almonds fell off. Or I didn't get a date in that bite. Or, maybe mixing it into the dough might be a pattern. But, yeah, that's a lot at the Pink Box.
Yeah, that's too much, I think.
Vegas. And finally, Revolution Donuts in Decatur, Georgia. What fruit is Georgia famous for?
Georgia peach.
Georgia peach. That's right. They have a fresh peach slider. So they take the yeast donut covered in sugar, cut it open like a clamshell, finish it with baked peaches and peach jam. That sounds so refreshing.
Yeah.
And different. Biting into a peach donut. I love the idea. So those are our crazy donuts for the week. We've talked about our news, and now it is time to get to doing what we do best, which is eating donuts.
Oh, yeah.
And rating donuts. So, Eric, where have you headed off to today?
So today, I went to Golden Donuts, 8411 Elk Grove Florin Road in Elk Grove, California. It's just a bit south of Sacramento, but not too far. Traffic can make it longer, which it did. But in the grand scheme of things, not too far away from where I'm at. And the glazed donut today, I'd say, is pretty average. There's really nothing to write home about this donut. It looked very good, but almost a little too good. I remember talking last week
It almost looked too good?
Yeah, I remember, like I said last week, I like when a donut has a very homemade look to it. And this one looked a little too perfect. It gave me, like, Krispy Kreme kind of vibes.
Ooh, okay.
Which, it was definitely bigger than a Krispy Kreme. It was 3.5 inches across. All of my donuts today were $1.35. Very middling price, about average. So yeah, average size, average price for an average donut. The glaze was very sweet, which was good because this was a yeast donut that was nothing without its glaze.
Ooh, okay.
Like the bottom of it barely had any glaze on it. So it really needed a sweet glaze for you to like taste something. So yeah, very average donut. Average. It's very average.
How expensive is this average glazed donut for you?
$1.35. Again,
Okay.
very like median price about
Okay.
average of what we've been doing. So I think I'm just gonna give this one a flat 3. There is nothing to write home about this glazed donut.
Okay.
If you're getting a dozen and you want someone that wants a glazed donut, they'll be fine with this.
Okay. Well, we're not here to seek out the fine,
No.
but we are here to tell you about the fine.
Yes.
If that's all it is. That's all it is. We're not going to sugarcoat a donut rating. Okay. So my donut stop is Mario's Donuts in St. Charles off of Muggy Road. They also do breakfast sandwiches. They also serve food all day. But in the morning, their donut cases are full, and that's telling me, unless you're buying them from somewhere else. And I know for a fact that they don't, because there were people absolutely making the donuts in the doorway that you can see. I really love when you can see them making the donuts, that it's not, they're coming out of a closed door, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I really like the open door look. Lots of choices. My glazed donut, $1.25, really good price. It is 4 inches across, a round donut, and you know you don't see a whole lot of those. They're oblong a lot of times, and it's 2 inches tall, which is a really big donut. So a lot initially to love about this idea, and it's a beautiful donut. We had talked about when they do the cross pattern on the donuts during the glaze process, and so for the first time in a little while, I did not get glaze on the top and the bottom. So we're back to this again, just glazing the top and letting it roll down the sides. It's a 2-inch donut, which is pretty big. Unfortunately, it's too thick. The dough is a nothing burger. It doesn't have any strong flavor, and the same with yours. It needs that glaze to bring it to life. So that is a lot of dough to get through for the glaze to rescue the donut. It's not airy enough. The dough lacks flavor. The glaze is great. It is a great glaze. But it's not enough to save the whole donut. So this is just a 3.1 for me. The cheap price and the big size and the great glaze. 3.1 is my glazed donut today from Mario's Donuts.
All right. Pretty average glaze so far.
Yeah.
So our second donut, I had the maple iced vanilla cake donut. To start this off, I really liked the texture of the icing. I really like when an icing is thick enough to be like draped over the donut, but not so thick that it's like just sitting on top of it. So I thought the texture of the maple icing was really good. The taste was pretty good. I haven't had, too many like bad maple flavors, and this definitely wasn't one of them. I do wish this cake, I was getting a little more vanilla flavor. This was definitely maple forward, which if you're a maple fan, like that's exactly what you're looking for. But I didn't get enough vanilla cake flavor. Although the texture of the donut was really good. This was 3¼ inches across, which I'd say for cake donuts, that are generally smaller. The fact this is only 1/4 inch smaller than the glazed donut, I think is pretty good. This is a pretty good size for a cake donut. And it still had a good cake texture to it, too. So I think the cake donut flavor, I wish I had a little more of, but the cake donut texture, I think is really what you're looking for. So I think I want to give this one maybe a 3.6. Again, this is really, they're not breaking any boundaries with this one. The maple icing was good, not great. The cake was good, not great. I'd say very, again, like middle of the road kind of cake donut. Which, I think if you're getting a donut for someone who likes cake donuts and who likes the maple flavor, I think this will absolutely satisfy them. But it's definitely not a donut where it's like, you gotta try this one.
Okay. A little bit better than the glaze for you.
Yeah. I'd say better than the glaze.
All right, so my maple iced vanilla cake donut is wonderful. The cake dough is flavorful. We talk about if you can bite the bottom of a cake donut and it tastes delicious by itself, imagine if you had a good topping to it. That's exactly what this is. Great cake dough, moist. It's fried very well. It's not a crunchy donut. They didn't leave it in one side too long. It's a soft cake throughout. The maple icing is really good. I'm going to show you. This is how you ice a donut, a cake donut. Mm-hmm. It's just a shade thick, but it's not gloppy. It's not gooey. It doesn't overtake the cake. It complements it. And the reason it should complement it is because that icing should be good. Mm-hmm. If it's a vanilla icing, it shouldn't be sugary and gritty. If it's a chocolate icing, it should be fudgy, not sweet. A maple should be a sweet maple without being cloying again. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what this is. They have found a great recipe for maple icing. And this is a really outstanding donut. Dough is great. The icing is great. It's fried very well. It's cakey throughout. There's no crunchy. It doesn't turn into an old-fashioned anywhere along the line. This is a 4.2 for me.
Wow.
This is how you do an iced cake donut. You have a great icing. You have a great cake dough. And you prepare it well. And it's $1.25.
Damn.
It is 3.5 inches by 1 3/4 inches, so it's actually a little bigger and fluffier than a standard cake donut. Mm-hmm. Maybe Mario's does all their cake donuts this big, but for $1.25, yeah, that's an easy 4.2.
And I know maple icing is not as like popular out in the Midwest, or at least where you're at.
It's not for sure.
Although, yeah, because maple icing, like, that's a staple at every shop out here.
Oh, okay.
And you're just hard pressed to find vanilla icing. That's our thing. A lot of the shops out here do chocolate and maple instead of chocolate and vanilla.
Well, this shop knows how to do the maple, and to me, it didn't feel like a seasonal donut. So I think they probably offer this maple donut year round. So
Fuck yeah.
head on out and grab one. Up next, our third donut today.
The old-fashioned donut. And this was a really fucking good old-fashioned. I was a little cautious of this one because it was kind of running into the thing that I first thought with the glaze, where it almost looked a little too good, a little too uniform, that kind of thing. This was 4 inches across, so a good size to it, and this was the perfect texture for an old-fashioned donut. I think I've had on this show so far. The best texture for an old-fashioned donut, because I mean, I don't know how they've done it, genuinely. I don't know how they found the sweet spot, but it's soft and like crunchy. Not crunchy, but it's harder than just your regular cake donut. But it's not something that's like crispy, or you have to like bite down and you hear it in your teeth. This was genuinely such the needle was threaded for this texture of this old fashioned donut. I think it's the ideal. And the glaze actually I think worked better with this cake flavor than the maple icing did. I think it was better taste harmony than trying to find another donut.
He better not. He knows what's good for it. The most spoiled cats and dogs in America live in my house.
So yeah, this old fashioned was really, really good.
I am expecting to hear a big fat number from you. You are digging this.
I really did. I like genuinely. I think this is the donut that you go to the shop for. I think I want to give it like a 4-4.
Okay.
It was big, and again, the taste was really, really good because the cake flavor really mixes well with the sweetness of the glaze. I think those two flavors really mix well together.
How much do these donuts cost? The old fashions?
$1.35. So that's same really price as the other two. Yeah, okay. I think old fashioned is the way to go at the shop.
You and I are going to have an MMA old fashioned donut brawl because my old fashioned is excellent also. You've told us in the past how these are fried differently than other donuts to give them that unique shape. And I have revealed on numerous occasions that an old-fashioned for me is I need to find a vein because this is my crack cocaine donut. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you do crack cocaine in your vein? I don't have any idea. I just know I'm looking for a vein to inject something. I don't know the drug world.
I think that's heroin.
I don't know. But my point is, I really jones for an old fashioned. So I set the bar really high for an old fashioned donut. And this clears the bar. The dough by itself, take a bite from underneath where the glaze hasn't come down, is excellent. Great dough. The glaze is so well done. It's so sweet and not sugary, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
It is fried so well. It's a beautiful looking donut. It's $1.25. It's 4 inches across. It's 1.25 inches tall. It's beautiful, cheap. Lots of nooks and crannies on this donut, so it allows that glaze to go everywhere, to soak down in every bit of the top. A little bit of the crunch, the soft of the cake. This will be my highest reviewed donut in our 15 shows. This is a 4.7.
Oh! Oh my God!
When I think of the perfect, you know, I don't want to start giving out fives.
Yeah, 5. I think they'd have to like pay us to get a 5. I think there would have to be monetary compensation for that.
But I cannot think of a single aspect of this donut that could be any better. How? If this was an 85-cent donut, it would be a 5. That's asking too much.
Yeah.
It's $1.25, people, for the best old-fashioned donut that I say you can eat.
If they sold only that old fashioned, would you still go to that shop?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. People walk into work on a Friday morning with a dozen old fashioned, and people would grumble, "Where's the variety?" And then they would eat one of these, and they'd be like, "Don't need it.
Fuck a variety."
Don't need." When you have nailed the perfect donut, my goodness gracious! Congratulations, Mario's.
Yeah, and old fashions, because of the way they're fried, which again speaks to my donut of why I rank it so highly because of the texture, is that because it's fried at a lower temperature to get that crown, it's harder to thread the needle of getting that texture that's just right. That's not too crispy. That's not too soft. That's where it needs to be. So I think when they nail it, it's an even bigger. I can't think of the fucking word, but it's a testament to how good the bakers are.
Yes. And so, good Lord, head to Mario's and get an old fashioned. Oh, and a maple, and even the glaze. It's a great stop today. Really great stop. Really glad I was able to hit Mario's today. Yeah. So
Golden Donuts in Outgrove. I will say they also had some donuts that we're not huge fans of. I saw ones with like Oreos on it and a lot of sprinkled donuts in that case. I will say, I'd say my final review for Golden Donuts is that like if it's your local shop, I think that's great. You can't go wrong with it. I think old fashioned is definitely the way to go there. But I wouldn't say this is a shop you like go out of your way for. Okay. If I'm being completely honest, as your local shop, no problem with it. You can't go wrong.
Right.
But I don't know if you're making like a hit list of all the best donut shops in Sacramento. I don't think Golden Donuts cracks that list.
And before we get too far away, you and I have talked off air a couple of times about the apple cider donut.
Yes.
And what we're just realizing is donut shops don't really make them. You have to go to a pumpkin farm or an apple farm or an orchard or something like that. So we will try to do a separate apple cider donut review just sort of on our own, because it would be unfair to compare them, that they don't offer a glaze, or that's not where a glazed donut's going to be great.
Yeah.
They do one thing, and let's make sure they do it very well. So that'll be something in our future. So it is now trivia time. All right? Dun, 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 dun.
All right.
Okay. There are 3 variations of National Donut Day.
Huh?
I know. So the first one, this is such a hard question, but I will narrow it down a little bit for you to give you a chance. The Chicago Salvation Army started National Donut Day.
Yeah.
As an official holiday to celebrate female volunteers who have been handing out donuts. They were nicknamed the Donut Dollies. And they served World War I, they served World War II, and up through the Vietnam War. Besides celebrating female volunteers, what was the secondary reason for the Salvation Army in 1938 to declare National Donut Day? It was to celebrate the volunteers and to do what?
And they celebrate the volunteers.
1938, what was happening that the Salvation Army could help?
Happening in 1938. Oh, Jesus.
Well, it happened for a decade.
Was that supposed to help? Because it did not.
Yes.
Okay. Fuck.
What was going on in our country?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay.
I don't even have a fucking guess, dude.
You're gonna kick yourself.
Okay.
They also used it as a fundraiser for those in need because it was during the Great Depression.
Oh. What?
So,
Hold on. I'm so confused. How did they make National Donut Day a fundraiser? People are buying donuts.
That's why they started it, to highlight that event as a fundraiser. And of course it spread into, what it is now, but it started as a fundraiser because so many people were hurting up in 1938.
Oh. Well, that's nice. I don't know. A part of me thought so they did it for one good thing, and I was scared the second thing was to actually make some money on the side.
No.
But I'm glad it's not.
Yeah. Okay. And so we have National Donut Day.
Okay.
On the first Friday of every June.
Yep.
The second National Donut Day is November 5th. And that's a variation of the November 10th Veterans Day celebration. Okay. It got moved back a few days because donuts associated with being served to our soldiers. There is one other donut celebrated every year, and that day falls on January 12th. What donut do we celebrate on January 12th?
What donut do we celebrate on January 12th? I mean, it can't just be a fucking glazed donut. That's ridiculous. Your face does not give me confidence that would I'm going to say it's a jelly-filled donut. We celebrate the jelly-filled.
It is the glazed donut.
Son of a what?
National Glazed Donut Day, January 12th. So we have
That's
3 days a year where everybody needs to get up off their keister and go eat some donuts.
I'm sorry. Giving a whole day to the glazed donut, that's ridiculous.
It is the highest, it is the most sold donut on the planet.
Yeah, exactly. So why does it need its own day? It's good. It's fine. Give it to a lesser-known donut, a donut that needs to shine a bit.
You know how some of these national days, we have National Hot Dog Day and National Nachos Day and National Hamburger Day. I don't think any of those guys need their...
I bet today's some national holiday. Let me look it up.
It probably November 1st, National, Hug Your Pet Day or something. Yeah, sometimes they get a little ridiculous. I will give props. Salvation Army.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Magnanimous to include a way to thank the volunteers and to raise money as a charitable event. That's a great reason to have a national day.
There's so many for November 1st. Oh my God. Want to hear some highlights?
Aren't they mostly food related?
Yeah, yes. Well, okay. So, on the food side, it's National Deep Fried Clams Day, National Cinnamon Day, National Calzone Day.
It kind of makes your glazed donut seem less ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's World Vegan Day and National Vinegar Day. It's also National...
I'm going to go do a shot real quick. Hold on.
It's also National Authors Day, It's
Okay.
Fountain Pen Day. National Brush Day. National Family Literacy Day. National Jersey Day.
Okay. Yeah. See
And
what
now
I mean?
they're just
Like,
listing people's birthdays. I haven't heard of any of these people.
that's
Okay.
and that's what I'm saying. It can be a little ridiculous, but to give the glazed donut its own day doesn't
Yeah,
sound so
fuck. I
crazy
guess
anymore.
not.
Yeah. So-
Jesus Christ, guys. We gotta relax.
So, so I guess our next show will be just after National Donut Day. So here's my quest for you and I for the next show. Let's go out somewhere on the 5th and see how many shops are cognizant of the fact. Ow! He bit my arm. What is that all about, young man?
Didn't have any donuts for him. He was hungry.
Oh my God. And I guess I spilled a little glaze on my arm. So let's do that. Let's go out on the 5th and just get a donut or two, not show bound, and see if the shops are also aware that there's a second National Donut Day. Because certainly on the first Friday in June, every shop I went to was completely aware of what was going on.
Absolutely,
Giving away
yeah.
some free donuts and had T-shirts and stuff like that. They knew. So I'm interested to see if this second NDD has the same.
It will be interesting because that is election day too. And I know Krispy Kreme is doing shit for election day.
Wow.
They're like, I think if you vote, they give you like a free glazed donut, which...
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, so we have some more work cut out. So apple cider donuts, we'll try to find and taste separately. We'll see if this 5th is an NDD for the local shops. And we'll come back next week and do Sweet 16.
Hell yeah.
All right. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Eric, how can people help us with this show? A little direction.
The main way to help us is to share this show wherever you can. Share it in life and public, on any social media. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, to rate and review the podcast, because that gets us just in the algorithm a bit more to show to more people. If you're on YouTube, subscribing and commenting and liking the video does the exact same thing. Gets us in the algorithm, in front of more people. And the more people we reach out to, the more donut shop recommendations we get. That is what we are clamoring for. We want some feedback. Tell us your favorite donut shop. Tell us your least favorite shop. Tell us a shop maybe you've been wanting to go to, but you haven't tried it yet, and you want us to do the hard work for you.
That.
Exactly. Whatever you're doing, share it. Interact with us, all that good stuff.
Okay. Fabulous. Until next show, everybody, thanks for joining us. Eric, have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Midwest.
Bye.